Oh, Jesus Christ.
On July 25th, the Five Nights at Freddy's Security Breach DLC Ruin was released for free to anyone who already owns the game. And along with the movie that is also slated to release in October this year, it's safe to say that FNAF fans are eating good this year. And with all the talk around these games, it inspired me to pick up a project I had previously dropped and update it with all the new skills and techniques I've learned from my 11 months of making data packs and resource packs. Back in January of last year, I started up a small project where I wanted to build the entire Pizzaplex from the new FNAF Security Breach game in Minecraft to celebrate its release. After working on it for around 2 weeks, I lost motivation, but I managed to build up all the way to the daycare. It was also completely to scale and accurate to the game. I never released the map or made any videos since it wasn't finished, meaning unfortunately all the replays and footage of me making the map were deleted or are now lost to time. Or so I thought, because it turns out I actually did have 2 streams where I built some of the map on this very YouTube channel. One stream was of me building the main entrance area and the other was of me working on the daycare. Somehow it looks like the daycare VOD was deleted, but I still do have the VOD of me working on the entrance saved in my past streams playlist. While the quality of the map is nothing to write home about, at least there is some footage of me building the map still out there. And I still had the map saved on my computer. So after over a year of not touching it, I opened back up the map with one goal: make the map playable. I booted up my live stream on YouTube and spent a few streams going through the map and upgrading it through the power of resource packs to make the map look cooler. For this project, I'll only be using data packs, command blocks, and resource packs, making this map fully vanilla. If anyone was to argue that any of these things are mods, I will happily prove you wrong in the comment section. The engagement helps out, thank you. So for the coding of the map itself, I want to split this into 2 parts, aka 2 videos. Part 1, this video, where I'm gonna go around, polish up the map, all of its code, mechanics, bring them all into the game. Part 2 is where I'll try to code the story. Now whether I make the story of the full game or Ruin, that's up to you guys, let me know in the comments. First thing I wanted to do was to get the superstar himself into the game, Glamrock Freddy. I used the software Blockbench to make a vanilla-friendly model I could add into the game via resource packs. Slap a texture on that baby and boom. This is definitely something that looks like a Minecraft Freddy. I basically copied his face one from this YouTuber, but I did the rest, so I'll call it mod. Basically what I do in my homework anyways. I had some fun rigging and animating the model, but unfortunately due to the way Minecraft worked, I couldn't import those animations into the game without modding it or creating a very complex data pack that is outside my knowledge or skill. So I had a different idea. But before that, I want to give this guy AI. So in the game, Freddy follows you around if you press the call button on your Fazwatch. So I retextured the item carrot on a stick to look like a Fazwatch. The reason I used the good old carrot on a stick is because Scoreboards allow you to detect right-clicking this item. So I imported the model over a carved pumpkin. There were 2 reasons I used a carved pumpkin. One reason is because you can easily put it on any player or entity's head. Technically, you can put any block or item, but this is easier, shut up. I summoned an invisible armor stand that would wear the carved pumpkin so Freddy could stand in the world. But you know, armor stands don't move, so in order to make a toggle following the player, I summoned in a wolf. Minecraft wolves can be tamed and follow the player, which is actually kind of perfect to Freddy's AI. I can make it sit down when it gets too close, and then when you're out of range and you right-click the Fazwatch, the wolf will stand up. And due to the way wolf AI works, it'll run over to the player, and if it's too far away, it'll teleport. While this was working, it looked kinda lifeless just sitting there. So I removed the head from the model and put it on its new custom model. I updated the Freddy entity again by adding a minecart that would be riding the armor stand. Yes, this is something you can do with commands. I then summoned an invisible zombie to ride said minecart. This zombie would be given the weakness effect so it couldn't damage the player. Then I made that zombie wear the new head model so it was separate from the rest of the body. And then I wrote a command that would make that zombie always look at the player. This already made Freddy feel much more alive. When coding the animations for a player, it's always been really tough because a player can move in one of 4 directions. But luckily for us, a wolf always moves in one direction, forwards. This means that if I just summoned a single armor stand in front of the wolf, I can simply detect if it's closer to the wolf and mark it as running. And this was looking great. Freddy's AI was coming along super nicely. But it is important to keep in mind that one of the biggest mechanics from FNAF Security Breach is the ability to hop inside and control him like a player. To get this effect, I used Minecraft's new entity introduced in 1.19.4 called the Interaction Entity. I was able to detect when the player right-clicks Freddy and make it kill the zombie and have the player ride the minecart instead. I then put this custom Freddy head on the player and made myself invisible and boom, and it was now controlling Freddy. I simply made it so when you get out of the minecart, minecart, it puts the zombie back and clears all the player's effects. I then retextured the pumpkin overlay to look like Freddy's UI. Now comes the hardest part yet, making it so you can actually move Freddy around. When it comes to minecarts, you can only move them when they're on a rail, and even then you can only move in one direction, which is the direction of the rail. However, there is another way to move in a minecart. It's a very unknown method, but there is a way. I briefly touched upon scoreboards earlier, but here's a bit more of a detailed explanation. Minecraft has a statistics system that allows you to track all sorts of stats in a world. It also just so happens that every single one of these values can be used in commands for if statements. One of these stats allows us to track button presses in a minecart. This data pack here, made by Cloudwolf on YouTube, was able to accurately detect if a player is pressing W, A, S, or D while inside a minecart, even if it's stationary. I simply took this data pack and modified it so it tracks which button you're pressing and moves the wolf based on what you're pressing. This uses basic teleport commands, and it does feel like actual movement. Freddy can't jump or do any of the other basic Minecraft mechanics in-game, which is actually perfect because you can't do any of that while in a minecart anyway. I just made sure there was a way to detect if there's a wall in front of the player to create a type of collision, and then check if there were slabs to make him walk up or down. And yeah, that gave us a working Freddy. I made a couple of other small changes, like connecting the sprint to the experience meter to make it feel more like the actual game. The way I made it so the player can't sprint is by using the blindness effect, which removes the player's ability to sprint while it's active. Of course, the downside is that, you know, you can't see. But once again, there's nothing to stop you from removing that with a resource pack. The only downside to this is that the sky texture kinda just disappears when you have blindness, but you know, that doesn't matter because we don't see the sky anyway, we're inside. Just don't tell anyone. Real quickly before we continue though, these videos can sometimes take up to 300 hours of development time, and it literally turns out only 5% of you are subscribed. And I don't know what the deal is, but compared to other YouTubers, that's like really low. So help me prove to YouTube that I can be cool and press that subscribe button. It's completely free and it'll literally make my day. Also, while you're at it, I have a Twitter, or X? I have no idea what's happening on that platform anymore, but I do have one. So if you want to see other cool stuff I do behind the scenes, you can go follow me there. Anyway, back to the game stuff. I used the interaction entities to make things like doors that work with a button press. I also made a save select area where you can create new games or choose one with a save slot. I used the new block function for creating Minecraft titles to create these buttons. This is literally the coolest thing ever. Thank you to whoever made it. I recoded the inventory system to take place as the Fazwatch GUI and make it so you can collect items. The last thing I want to do for this video is grab some friends and troll them with Freddy. So let's go mess with people. Oh, I found you.
Oh, an escape. Amazing. Oh! Just as I predicted. Oh!
This area of the map is very complete.
Oh yeah, super complete. Wow, check out this room. Oh. Oh no. Oh no. He's chasing me. No. No. That's pretty awesome. That's pretty legit.
And now he dies.
Okay.
So I summon this guy.
Oh my god.
Let's go on a bit of a walk. Come on. Come on, Freddy. Don't be shy.
Oh, Jesus Christ. God. Hello, Freddy.
So
yeah. You're inside him now.
I'm over here. There we go. Oh
gotcha.
My God.
Okay. You do be hitting that stanky leg though. Oh my god.
Hey, that's crazy. You made it to the end of the video. For the people who are still here, I'll tell you a few secret things. So yeah, I do plan on making the Ruin DLC. If this video gets like 10,000 likes or something crazy, I'll create the entire first chapter. If you guys manage to pull that off, you kind of deserve it. However, I also do have 2 more FNAF videos coming out soon, so these aren't going anywhere. Okay, that's all I really have to say. Goodbye.